A few years ago, I traveled to Kenya with my family and we got the most spectacular view of Kilimanjaro. If you want to climb Kilimanjaro, you have to go round to Tanzania to Kilimanjaro National Park, where at the entrance to the park, you will get a karibu sana or a warm welcome. And the person at the gates is only going to check that you have a pass to enter the park. They're not going to check your kit, your food, your guide, your physical fitness, or your mental strength and well-being to make it to the highest point in Africa. I climbed Kilimanjaro back in 2002 with a friend. We took the popular route up the mountain, otherwise known as the Coca-Cola route, with A-frame huts, some great food and hospitality. We got a spectacular view on summit day when we made it up to the summit crater. And a couple of hours later, we made it around the crater to the high point of 5,895 meters. I have to say, the last few steps, it was particularly difficult to take a single step in the thin air. So Kilimanjaro, it's not one of the tallest mountains on the planet, but it's still quite an extreme or high level of ascent in a very short space of time. And as a result, only 30% of people who do the 5-day trek make the summit. That's 3.5 days up and a day and a half down. If you give yourself an extra day, the success rate is still only 1 in 2 making the summit. There are, of course, guiding companies with 100% success rates. They achieve this by their conditioning, how they work with their clients before and on the climb itself. So when I think of startup companies, I think back to the gates of Kilimanjaro National Park. The warm welcome, everyone can come in. When it comes to opening a company, there really aren't many barriers to getting up and getting going. You can open a company, register for taxes, open a bank account pretty easily and pretty quickly. But this does come at a cost. There are too many businesses perhaps opening when 60% are failing within 3 years, or 1 in 5 has closed its doors within 12 months. I read a statistic that back in 23, 316,000 new businesses started in the UK. Remarkable number. However, 309,000 businesses closed their doors in 2023. The number one reason, I think you can probably guess it. Cash flow is given consistently as the reason businesses close. I'm not talking about the ones that start, build, grow successfully, and then have an orderly wind up. These are businesses that are closing in a cash distressed position. Quite often, within the first 12 months, the business owner hasn't even recovered the capital that they put in to get the business going. Sounds like quite a big problem. One of my motivations as a finance director is to find the tool or the way to improve the visibility that a business owner has when they're getting started, getting up and running, and throughout the entire life cycle of that company. To help business owners to not just know their cash position, but actually to understand the other factors that can squeeze cash flow, lead to a distress point, and ultimately cause a business to close. By helping business owners know where they're at each point in time and have an alarm system in place in order to be able to remedy or do something about it, whether it's on the revenue side and how to improve revenues, whether it's on the cost side and how to improve profitability, but also the working capital element, which is when is the money coming in and when is the money going out? Is the business funded properly? And if it's not, you have time to be able to do something about it. Because when it comes to finance, in simplest of terms, let's stop guessing and start owning. Thanks for listening to the video as always. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for now.